Hey everyone, it's me, the e-bike cowboy, and for today's video, we're going to be talking about our dirt modifications we've done for the Onyx CTY2. So stay tuned. The things we've done to it, we've added saddlebags to it, we've added a more grippier material for the seat, we've changed the rear shocks on these for some RFYs. We've used these on our Juice Hyper Scrambler 2s, and I've talked about them in comment sections. We did these pedals so that they're both facing the same angle to each other. They act more like foot pegs now. We've painted the battery cover. Instead of using the fork that came stock with this, we've used an RCR fork. And here's MX Electric to give you some details on all this.
Hi, this is MX Electric, and here's what we had to buy for this project. The seat cover material is made by Factory Effects, and you can get it from Amazon, Motorsport Warehouse, whatever. It's made by Factory Effects, and they have it in a bunch of different colors, and there's enough to do like 3 or 4 seats. It's pretty reasonable. Then you just take your seat down to the local upholstery shop and they'll fix it up for you. The shocks are just regular old RFY shocks from Amazon. If you're not picky about the color, you can get them really cheap. The red ones were $129, but the black and gold ones without the RFY sticker were only $55. So as we were trying this project, we were like, hey, let's just buy the cheap ones till we see how it works. And it works a lot better because now we have more suspension. We've gained almost 3 inches of suspension travel, so it definitely rides better. We did the little spoke coverings, my wife and I think a whole bag of those are like $8.99 on Amazon. We did the little pedal modification, which other people do it, and you basically, if there's a grind mark on the top, you flip one down and you just make the groove. When I did this one, I got a little too carried away. I don't have a lot of patience, so I was using the Dremel instead of a file. So it was kind of wobbly. So I just drilled it out the next size bigger, which is a 3/8 bolt. And I went down to Lowe's and got a 3/8 bolt and self-locking nut and put that on. It works perfect. That with the taller handlebars, even before we did the suspension, was so comfortable. It's night and day. You don't feel all squatted out now, and you can just ride and sit up straighter. It's very comfortable. When we added the shock and the fork, then all of a sudden the kickstand was really short and it leaned really bad. I was afraid it was going to fall over, so I had a little chain roller wheel from like a motorcycle for like the chain guide, and I just drilled the hole and used that, and it's about 2 inches and works perfect. And I didn't have to buy a longer kickstand or anything. The forks are the regular length RCR, and so they're longer, give you more travel, and they work really good. Even the squatty forks worked really good. You could hit some pretty good bumps with it, and so the front forks are not the problem. And so they come with a complete triple clamp, bar mounts, everything, but you don't have to go through all of that. You just loosen up your 4 bolts. Oh, you can hear the trains coming. And you just slide the old ones out, slide the new ones in, tighten it down, you're done. And right now, they were $350, but right now they're having a like Thanksgiving sale. They're $297.50, so you can save over $50. We don't run the hoop, I guess it's to give it a little more stability, but Onyx said you didn't have to use them. This isn't a motorcycle with a ton of weight, so if you don't use that little front brace, you can run 3-inch wide tires, so you run 317s front and back. If you're going to keep the brace, you run the 275 by 17, and then it won't rub on the bolts or anything. But we've taken it, done some really cool off-road stuff, and there's been no problem. The only thing you're going to have to change when you get the longer fork, you pop out the little bushings out of your stock shocks. So you can see how much longer. Here's the stock shock for the squatties. You just push out the bushings, and the ones that come from Amazon, they push out, and the ones off your Onyx shock goes right in them and pushes in. Run the bolts through, boom, you're done. Like we extended the line for the caliper, and when we did the front, because we raised the handlebar up. Well, now it wasn't long enough again because we raised the forks. So got this from Amazon. So it's a steel braided line. It's 950 millimeters, so that's what you're going to want to run. And it was less than $15. It does come where it's got a wire guard on part of it, but you can just take that off. You don't need it. I'll do that. We've been just doing so many bike projects that's our next little thing for this. So, you'll put it on. There's tons of videos showing you how to put brake lines on. And then this little kit was from Amazon, just a big syringe and some hose. And you just get a bottle of .4 oil and then fill it from the bottom through the bleeder line, the bleeder valve, until it runs out the hose, and then you bolt the hose back to your reservoir. Don't do it before because it doesn't work. So, and then you're going to have to work it and bleed the brake, and there's plenty of videos that show you how. And so it's not that hard, but it's best to have, two people. So Cowboy and myself, we do it together. It's so much easier. And that's about it. We're looking at upgrading the shocks because they're $55 shocks. You're only going to do so good. So you could run these, or 350 millimeter. You could run 360. That would still keep it pretty much level. There's a company that is making a reproduction vintage Fox air shock, like, before Fox made mountain bike shocks, they made motorcycle shocks, and everybody used them in the late 70s. They were awesome. And they're making that remake. They're a little pricey, so we just got to check sizing to make sure that we have enough room that nothing, the chain or the tire, nothing's going to rub. If it does, we'll get a set, put it on. Then it's just totally air adjustable no matter what you're doing or your weight. That would probably really make this thing work good. But right now, it rides good, even off-road. I can't believe the difference from when we started to now between our tires, our bars, everything. It's really comfortable. So if you can only do two things to start with, do the tires and your pedals. That switching the one pedal down really helps. And then the bar next. I've been riding this thing around without even a front brake, but man, I don't know about you, but I'd hate to have the rear brake cable snap and then not have a front brake to help stop you. That could get painful. So, as we do some more, we'll let you know. Nothing's been really expensive. The forks were the most, and like I said, they're on sale. All the parts at Onyx are on sale right now. And this is just turning into a fun little off-road adventure bike. And for the street, it's just as good as it was. Nothing's changed. It's even better, I think. Okay, well, too hip, gotta go.
Well, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you've been enjoying my content, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, why not give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you have any thoughts or opinions. And in my personal opinion, the best mods that I think you should do to this first off would definitely be the shocks and the fork, because that definitely makes an advantage for height, because this thing handles dirt so much better because of those two things. But that's my opinion. Thank you again, guys. I'll see you on the trail, my amigos.